So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another video of the Shield Dude on a Couch. So, today, what I have for you, Couchers, is my top EPs of 2024. And I have 7 EPs that I want to talk about. I know, seven. Well, I don't know. With EPs, I'm like maybe five, but there's a few that I like. So I'm like, let's do seven. So I'm going to talk about 7 EPs that came out this year that really stood out. And EPs get overlooked because there's so much music, but there's some great ones. And throughout the year, there's been a handful of few like that have come out that I have enjoyed. So let's start talking about an EP that came out uh, a few weeks ago. It didn't came out that long ago, and it's Negative Bliss. And the EP is called Everything Hurts and I'm Dying. And I actually interviewed this band. There's 4 tracks on this. It's really good. Uh, they mix like post metal with some progressive elements. Uh, my favorite track from this one is The Lighthouse, which starts this EP. And the story behind this band is about 4 dudes that live near the vicinity of them, and they started this project in after like the pandemic, and uh, like their kids went to the same school, so they started this project. So it's pretty cool band, and they're going to put out an EP on February of next year. And I interviewed this band on the channel. So pretty cool band, and that's why I have this EP as my number uh, my number 7, if you will, of EPs that came out this year. So continuing on with EPs that come out this year, I'm gonna talk about a band that put out an EP at the beginning of the year, and the band is called Alluvial, and the EP it's pretty good. I think this came out like the first week of January, and it's called Death is Not Is But a Door. And this is like death metal that really, I'm telling you, it's really good. I'm just waiting for them to put out another full length, but this EP really quenches for the people who want a full length from them. There's some great tracks on this. This is an EP that really pummels all the way through, really aggressive at times. And what can I say about this EP? Besides, like starting the year right. I think this came out, if I'm not mistaken, like I think it was the first Friday or second Friday of the year. And I remember when it came out, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And uh, it has 4 songs, and I think my favorite is I like Bog Dweller, but also Fog Belt is really good. The 4 tracks, Area Code, Deafy Spotted Door, everything is just great. This is the type of band that really I think is going to be bigger, and if like I can't wait for a new album because I really think this is like great stuff from the band. So moving on, the other band that I have is very different sounding from this. Like, so we go from like brutal, like more death metal stuff to more goth and punk. And the band that I'm talking about, their name is Holy Blade. And I actually discovered this band this year. I didn't know them, but the EP is self-titled. It's Holy Blade as well. But it has like the best way to describe this band is like think of AFI because it has that tone to it. My favorite tracks from the record is Two Graves, and they got a lot of whoas in the sound of their music, which is always pretty cool. I can tell you that I was pretty impressed how much like it sounded like AFI, but also like the production is really cool. I like the punk goth to it. which I think adds to the goodness of this band. Uh, I like it. But I think the voice, it does sound a little bit like AFI at times, and I want to see what they do in the future and how they can probably like differentiate from that band. But a great EP and a fun EP, which I had a lot of fun listening to. So now we're going to talk about a band that is more in like the symphonic power metal side of things. And I actually interviewed the singer from this band on the channel way back in April. So the band is called Dialif or Dialif, and the EP is called Alter. And they're putting out different EPs that will make like a concept record. All will be combined. The highlight of me on this EP is Shadow Dancer, which has those Middle Eastern vibes that are really great. And I tell you, that's a great song, but the other three songs are great as well. But Shadow Dancer, watch that music video for that one, and you'll be like, yeah, this is really good stuff. I really love everything that they do on this EP. And the singer's voice is really well. And, symphonic metal and power metal together, they combine it in a way that's really cool. So I think this is a great EP. And if you don't know this band, check them out and watch my interview so you can know more about the band and about, the plans that they're going to have with their future releases. So moving on, we're going to talk about a band from Puerto Rico, a black metal band, and it's called Humanist. And Humanist, let me give you the story of Humanist. Humanist is a band in Puerto Rico that was here for a long time, but they never put out, in the beginning, they weren't putting out like music. So people knew them, but they hadn't heard their EPs or their music because there was nothing put out so you could consume. It's black metal, and if you see Humanist live, they're the type of they use the corpse paint. They also throw like some animals and stuff at you, some pig's blood, which I knew because I actually interviewed the band and we talked about all this. But what's great about this EP is that they actually recorded this in Europe. And it's kind of sad that bands from Puerto Rico in extreme metal need to they didn't record in Europe, but Europe record label put this out. They don't have the approval of record labels here. So this EP is called Three Portraits of Human Divinity. Great tracks. You have Seek, Attack and Devour, Acts of Supremacy, and Until I Fear the Light. And the last track, Until I Feel the Light, is like a longer track. It has some great bass to it that reminds me of like an Iron Maiden type of vibe. Seek, Attack and Devour is like black metal, but with some thrash metal elements to it. And yeah, this is a great band from Puerto Rico. And I think they still have copies on this on vinyl that you can actually buy from the band. And, Puerto Rico has some great bands, and this is a very awesome black metal band from the island and a great release. That's why I have it in my top EPs of the year. So moving on, I think I have like two EPs that I want to mention. So yeah, we're going to the best of the best. So this EP, I actually interviewed the lead singer of the band, Amphios, and this is an EP that it's all about very personal. It's about a friend that the singer had that tragically succumbed to addictions and died. So this is all about personal about that. The vocals here are great. They can go from harsher vocals to clean vocals. And I really like the themes of the record, To an End to Everything. It really flows well. And my favorite tracks from here, I would say I like An End to Everything, A Thousand Days and Return to Me. It's 5 tracks. It's like 19 minutes or so, but it is great, and that's why I think that this is a band that they put out an album the year before, so they've been really busy. But the album that they put out a year before, I listened to it too late. But thankfully, since I got to interview the singer, I got to listen to this EP in full and discuss it. And yeah, it's pretty interesting EP. Hopefully, in my interview, I was told that they're going to release, I think, a full-length album next year. So I'll be on the lookout for that because I thought this one was great. So that's why I have it. But coming to my favorite EP of the year, this is a band that I have been obsessed for the last 2 years since I discovered them. They keep on releasing EPs, but not a full length. And I'm like, I wonder when they will release a full length, or will they keep this pace of just releasing EPs? Because that's what they've been constantly doing. And the band is called Soft Cold. I'm really obsessed with them. They play alternative rock with shoegaze. And the latest EP that they released this year, I think through May, is called Heaven. It's 6 songs, and it's got some great tracks like Haunt You Still, Spiraling Out, Shortest Fuse, and of course the title track Heaven. I love how this band mixes the shoegaze elements with the alternative rock. They have that 90s appeal that really I love. And every EP has been great. I think they keep getting better. And this is a band that, please, Soft Cold, I want to interview the band. I haven't been able to interview them, but hopefully, I don't know if next year they're going to release new music. I hope that I can get in contact with them. So, yeah, Heaven is just if you like shoegaze with alternative rock, you will like this. Female vocals. There are 2 sisters in the bands, and sometimes they vocalize, and they do it great. And yeah, I did review this in full on the channel, and still, the last year they were my top EP of the year, and this year they do it again. So Soft Cold, congrats for being my favorite EP of the year in 2024. So I want to know from you, Couchers, any EP that you like that I missed, comment down below. Let me know what EPs you love and what you think of my choices. So until next time, Couchers, this Sector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.